Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. In this video we will continue what we said in part 1 regarding the amazing intelligence of Allah. As we said, that the best way to know if Allah is a God, let us examine the intelligence of this God. If this God have a very little intelligence, here is very simple. Actually, I encourage everybody to read this story in the Quran. You can go to any Muslim translation, which all is false. This is why I encourage you to read actually some better translations, like translation of Osama DaoecwUoELk. But to go to the story directly, you go to verse number 30, where we see Allah here is saying He is going to create someone to inherit the earth. And then the angels, they object to that. They said, you are going to create someone, he will do mischief, and this is not good, etc. So Allah, He wanted to prove to them that they know not what He know, which means they are wrong about Adam, he would do mischief. But all of us, we know that Adam, he did mischief, which means proving that the angels were right and Allah is wrong. And this alone is enough to prove that the Quran is a false book. Allah wanted to prove that He is the true God by teaching Adam all the names, and He present those things in front of them, which mean the angels, and then He said to them, tell me the names of those things if you are right. If you are right about what? If you are right about the accusation against Adam. So the angels, they said, Allah, we do not know the names of those things. You must be the only God because you are the only one who knows. Which is very funny, because if I name the things and you do not know what I gave things the name, that does not prove that I'm God, and doesn't prove you to be a fool, because if the angels did the same, and then what about Allah says to the angels the opposite? Go and name things and ask me for their names, which means can tell you what you have in your head. That will prove that Allah is God, not me calling things names and then I ask you, do you know the names of those things? You say, no, sir, I do not, sir. Then I say to you the names of those things, and that proved that I'm God. That's amazing. This is very stupid plan and strategy, proving how naive the one who made the Quran. However, here we continue the story. The angels, they glorify Allah because He is the only one who knows the names of those things, which is very funny. And then the story continue. It's a drama story, actually. After they could not give the names, He asked Adam, because to tell the names, because He taught him the names. And then by this Allah, He proved that the angels are stupid, are idiot, they are lying about Adam. Therefore Allah, He ordered the angels to bow down to Adam, as you see in verse number 34, which means this was a penalty and a punishment for the angels. And you see in here it says the angels, which means there's no exception, all the angels. In video number 1 we said, this is proof again that all the angels in Islam are considered sinners because already they commit sin, and they made sin against Adam and against God. Against Adam because they accuse him of something, and Allah reject that. Secondly, because they claim to know the future, and this is a big sin in Islam because only Allah knows the future. But the fact that angels, they know the future of Adam better than Allah, as we see Adam was kicked out from the heaven, actually in the same page. So here Allah, He decided to order the angels to bow down to Adam as a punishment. Now Muslim, they will say bowing down here, it was not an act of worship. Actually, I just said punishment. But if you think about it, Allah, He can punish the angels in many ways. Why bowing down to Adam anyway? They should bow down to Him because they claim to know the future, and this is sin because only Allah knows, supposedly, right? And this is what the Muslim says, only Allah knows, brother. So He decided to punish them by making them bowing down to Adam. And then the Muslims, they say that Islam, we don't do shirk, which means worshipping God with God. But here we go, the first teaching of Islam, that the story starts with a human being. By Allah is the first one who ordered angels to bow down to human, not to God. So bowing down to human in Islam is accepted, and it was one of the first orders made by Allah in their book regarding a human being. Then the story here proving again that Allah, He cannot, or the one who made the Quran is not intelligent at all, when He say that He ordered all the angels, as we see here, all of them they obey except Iblis. Iblis is Satan, okay, the devil. He did not accept to do that because he was proud. If you see the story, how naive here. First, uh, because he was proud? No, 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 no. Because Allah is not smart. You see, if I say all the cats get out and then I get upset from the dog for not getting out, he have the right to be wondering how smart his master is. Because why I will get upset from the dog for not getting out when I said all cats get out? Satan in Islam is a genie, is not from the angels. Therefore, will not be an order for him. And secondly, it's not just. Because this is a penalty and this is a punishment for the angels for accusing Adam for claiming knowing the future about his future. But Satan, he did not involve in the whole story. He did not even say a word. So why you want Satan to bow down to Adam? Give me a reason. He did not do anything. He did not talk. He did not say anything. The poor guy is sitting alone, watching TV, playing with his text machine, iPhone, and he have no idea. And suddenly Allah is upset from him. He said, Iblis, Shaitan, why you did the bow down? He said to him, Allah, but you said angels. I don't care. You do bow down too. But I did not do anything. You know, why I will order someone he do no mistake, no error, no sin, even to do such a thing as a penalty. This is a punishment. So this story is very stupid. The Satan first is not from the angels, which means the order did not include him. The Satan, he did not do the sin. He is not the one who accused Adam. The Satan, he did not claim to know the future. He was proud because why I want to do to this Adam? Who is Adam? Why? And why Adam need to pay for me? He's being just actually. Satan here is being just and being more logical, more than Allah himself in his story. So he reject, and then the story here stop, and this is what the funny thing about the Quran is, like disconnect, connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect, connect, which means the verse here have nothing to do with the verse after. Suddenly Allah stopped talking about Satan, what refusing to bow down, and suddenly he jumped to go to Adam. And this is how all the Quran is like this. Sometimes he's talking about Musa, suddenly he jumped to a different story. So here Allah, he jumped from the story of Satan that he refused to obey and to bow down, and then he said to Adam, Adam, you and your wife go to the garden, eat and have fun, etc. But just don't be unjust, which means follow my orders. But the Satan, he did, like he whispered to Adam, and he told him to eat from the tree. Supposedly this is a story been taken from the Bible, but there's something here funny too in the story. If we go in different verse in the Quran, we will find the following. In chapter 7 verse number 18, you will see that when Satan he refused to bow down, Allah ordered Satan to get out of the heaven, and this is before Adam commits sin. As we see here in the verse, okay, it's the same story. Actually, the Quran is a very funny book. The same story repeated in many places because simply this is an empty book. If we take the same story from the book, that will shrink the Quran, and this is for every other story. It's a repeating of the same story everywhere. However, he ordered again the same story in different chapter in the Quran. Allah ordered the angels to bow down, except Satan he refused, and then because Satan he refused, Allah he ordered him to get down. If you compare between the two chapters, you will see the difference, which means the one is saying the story is missing a part of it, very important part. Like here, after he ordered the Satan to bow down and he refused, then Allah he said to him, get out of this, which means the heaven, and here they say state. What state? And whoever follow you is going to be in fire, hell, fill in hell, whatever, So Allah he ordered Satan to get out of heaven, and after that, look with me, after that he said to Adam, go you and your wife and live in the garden. Here in this story, here in this chapter, this part is missing about Allah ordering the Satan to get down, which is proving the fabrication again of the Quran, because if it's the same story, it should be the same. You cannot miss that part. This is very important part, should be mentioned in this verse. But the funny here, as long Allah he mentioned and he told Satan to go down, get out of this heaven, then we see that Satan, he's not out Because how Satan was able to speak to Adam and tell him about doing sin? The story doesn't make sense again. Because how he did call him, how he spoke to him, like when God he says to Satan, get out of heaven, that means Satan cannot get in. And actually, this is what the Quran is saying in different verses and in many places. Let me show you. If we go to chapter 37 and read verse number, you can start from verse number 5 if you want. You will see here in the story how funny it is. Allah is saying clearly that He reserved the heaven from any intruder, anyone He would try to get in. And if anyone try to get in, Allah is going to shoot him with a flame or a star, all right, or a shooting star. As you see here, and there is he guard the sky, he created the sky, and he guard the sky by safeguards against every rebellious shaitan, which means exactly this safeguard is his work is, or the angels, their job is to keep Satan away from heaven. And if he try to get close, they shoot him, okay, with flame shooting stars, which is mentioned in many verses in the Quran. So Satan, he cannot get in again after he get out, because simply Allah he have defense system and there is no way for him to get in heaven again. So how here the story is coming the opposite. After Allah he told him to get down, all right, get out of it, out of this heaven, Satan is whispering to Adam again and telling him to commit sin. The story again is broken, doesn't make sense, it's very stupid. The one who made this chapter, he forgot what he said in different chapter, which is showing contradiction, which is proving how idiot the one who created those verses. But the story continue, and the story is not over yet. Now, by the way, somebody might say to me, where it says that Allah, he created Adam in heaven. Let me show you. Because you might say, oh, how would it prove that Adam is in heaven? Oh, it says to him here, live in the garden. In the Bible, the garden is in earth. In Islam, it's not. Let me show you, sir. We can see the proof actually in many verses of the Quran, but I will show you just some of them. You can take your notes. Chapter 2, verse number 36, chapter 2, verse number 38, and chapter 7, verse number 24. So let us take the first one, and let us see what this does it say really that get down, which means it's in heaven, it's in the sky, it's not on the earth. Because if in the earth, you will not say to them get down, right? They are already down. So here, we said, go forth from this state. Go forth. This is a false translation. This is Shakir, I think. Let us prove to you that this is a false translation because it says get down, not go forth. Let us show you. Unbelievable how they lie in the translation. So this is Shakir, absolutely false. Let us go to Yusuf Ali. All right. So Satan, he made them commit the sin. So Allah, he said, we get you down from all from here. Get where? Get down. So in Shakir translation, it's get out. What get out doesn't say that. It says uhbutu. Uhbutu in Arabic means get down. So they are above in heaven and they are getting down. Let's continue. You can go to any interpretation, and this is not my interpretation, this is the Muslim interpretation, this is Ibn Abbas. You will see it says clearly, go down from heaven. And on here you see they put for you, all of you, which mean Adam and Eve and Satan. But this is a contradiction for what the Quran is saying before, that Allah, he already told Satan to get out. He told him to get out, but Satan, he is not moving yet. I thought Allah, he says be, and it's going to be. You cannot stay for 1 second because Allah, he said get out. It's mean you will be out. The word of Allah is an order which will be done by his power. I'm not going to move and move my stuff and take my laptop and move out. No, Allah says get out. You mean you will be out in a second, regardless if you move or not. This is a proof again that it's the whole fabrication. It's very funny, stupid stories. Anyway, our time is up. Thank you for listening. Please spread the video everywhere. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. I mean to that. And we challenge Allah and his followers to prove us wrong. Thank you very much.